August 7, 1865, Dayton, Ohio. To my old master, Colonel P.H. Anderson, Big Spring, Tennessee. Sir, I got your letter the other day and was glad to hear that you hadn't forgotten about old Jourdan and how you wanted me to come back and live with you again. Promising to do better for me than anybody else can. I've often felt uneasy about you. I thought the Yankees would have hung you long before this. Even though you shot at me twice before I left you, I did not want to hear of your being hurt, and am glad that you are still living. It would do me good to go back and see the dear old home again, see Miss Mary, Miss Martha, and Alan, Esther, Green, and Lee. Send them my love, and tell them I hope to see them in the better world, if not in this. I would like to know particularly what the good chance is you intend to give me. I'm doing tolerably well here. I get $25 a month plus victuals and clothing, have a comfortable home for Mandy. The folks call her Mrs. Anderson. And the children, Millie, Jane, and Grundy, are going to school and are learning well. The teacher says Grundy has a head for a preacher. They go to Sunday school, and Mandy and I attend church regularly. We are kindly treated. And as for my freedom, which you say I can have, there's nothing to be gained on that score, as I got my free papers. Mandy is concerned about us going back without some proof that you was disposed to treat us justly and kindly, and therefore we have concluded to test your sincerity by asking you to send us our wages for the time we spent with you. This will help us forget and forgive old scores and rely on your justice and friendship in the future. I served you faithfully for 32 years, and Mandy for 20. Now, $25 a month for me and $2 a week for Mandy, that would come to $11,680. Add to this the interest for the time our money was kept back, and deduct what you paid for our clothing, and 3 doctor's visits for me, and pulling a tooth for Mandy, and the balance will show what we are in justice entitled to. Please send the money by Adams Express, care of V. Winters, Esquire, Dayton, Ohio. If you fail to pay us for faithful labors performed in the past, we can have little faith in your promise of the future. Here I draw my pay every Saturday night. But in Tennessee, there was no paydays for the Negroes any more than there were for the horses and cows. In answering this letter, please state if there be any safety for my Millie and Jane, who are now grown up and quite good-looking girls. You know how it was for poor Matilda and Catherine. I would rather stay here and starve and die if it comes to this than see my girls brought to shame by the violence and wickedness of their young, nasty masters. Also, please state if there opened up any school for colored children in your neighborhood. The great desire of my life now is to see my children get an education and have them form virtuous habits. Say howdy to George Carter for me, and thank him for pulling the pistol from you when he was shooting at me. From your old servant, Mr. Jourdan Anderson. Freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, over me, my Lord, and before I'd be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home, to my Lord.